Let's come back on to the Telegraph and the despicable reporting by the Telegraph. The subject here is Kosovo. This is again from the Sunday edition. And this is part of a column. Putin is opening up a new front against the West. The Balkans are set to explode unless urgent action is taken by NATO to quell Russian and Serbian aggression in Kosovo. Now, the interesting thing is this is the journalist, Ivana Stradner. And we then ask a question, really. It's comment, apparently. So this is a lady just commenting on what's happening. But if you delve to the bottom of the article, you find that she's a research fellow at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. This sounds wonderful, but what is it? I did a little bit of research for our viewers and listeners today. So here she is. You can simply search for her, and she comes up as a research fellow, cyber disinformation, international organizations, Russia and Ukraine. And this is part of the comment in the article. She said that Serbia and Russia have been preparing the Serbs for escalations in Kosovo for months, inflaming tensions in the Balkans to distract the West from its war in Ukraine. They have flooded the information space with propaganda. Remember that, thrown back. They have flooded the information space with propaganda, repeating the old claim that Kosovo belongs to Serbia. She went on, NATO has announced it's beefing up its troop presence in Kosovo, with the UK Ministry of Defence transferring command of an army battalion to NATO to provide assistance, but it must do more and quickly to quell the violence and warn off Russia and Serbia. And here towards the end, 3 decades after the bloody breakup of Yugoslavia, ethnic tensions in the Balkans have never gone away. Despite NATO's overall military superiority, it has a weak hand in the Balkans, and Russia continues to outmaneuver it there. It is time that NATO strengthened its presence in the region and put Russia on the defensive. So was this just comment, or was something else working? Well, let's have a look at the organization, Defense of Democracies, and very quickly we can see something else emerge. In the first part of the introduction, it says that the foundation is a Washington, D.C. based non-partisan research institute focusing on, quote, national security and foreign policy. And if we move on down, it says it conducts in-depth research, produces accurate and timely analyses, identifies illicit activities, and provides policy options, all with the aim of strengthening US national security and reducing or eliminating threats posted by adversaries and enemies of the United States and other free nations. So the Telegraph is, I believe, misleading readers, because this is not ordinary comment. This is highly focused American political commentary. And if we add a bit more about the foundation, it said it was funded after the attacks of September the 11th, 2001. And if we come into the final paragraph here, it says that it houses 3 centers on American power. So this is a political organization clearly designed to project American power and defend the United States. So this is not unbiased commentary by this young lady. It's, on the contrary, highly biased. But if we look at some of the people, you can freeze the screen to look at this. You've got people working at very high levels of the US government, US Special Operations Command for Counter Threat Finance and Counter Network Operations. This is just a few of the people. There are many of them. We've got Miss Paula J. Dobriansky serving on the Board of Advisors on the Center of Economic and Financial Power. And she's a foreign policy expert and former diplomat. But if you look, she was also working as global head of government and regulatory affairs at Thomson Reuters. So we've got a mix of politics and the media. And if we just give you one more, this is Frank Silufo, directing the McCary Institute for Cyber and Critical Infrastructure. And he's also been working at very high level with the Homeland Security Advisory Council. So let's put the article back in. The Telegraph said it was comment, but if you do just a little bit of research, you'll see that what is really going on here is this is US policy, very stringent policy to protect America at whatever cost to anybody who dares stand in their way. Just very quickly, Mark, I'll let you come back in there because these so-called unbiased think tanks are growing at an incredible rate in America and, of course, in UK.
Yeah, they're a very powerful influence. They're really they're more surreptitious than government. They're more secretive than government, and they tend to formulate policy, and then government does the final adjustments. I call them the kitchens of the New World Order. They kind of mix everything together. They talk about things like actionable research. You notice those words in the FDD literature that you just showed, actionable research. So they do a lot of preparation. The government puts on the final touches, and the people are none the wiser in terms of the general population. So it's very good. The UK column is always shining a light on this organization, the Chicago Council on Global Affairs, the CFR, of course, and many others. As I've mentioned, in the United States alone, under the umbrella of World Affairs Council of America, there are 90 such think tanks under WACA alone. 90 think tanks that are under the umbrella of the World Affairs Councils of America.
Okay, thank you very much for